Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? I'm so excited. My archetype deck came. The strangest deal with this deck. I remember ages ago wanting to get this and then just kind of like putting it aside and thinking it was something different than it was until I heard a reader use it the other day and I was like, oh, I need this deck. So I'm really excited to be using it today. So in what you're meant to hear today, we have the Queen and the Vision, and then on the last read I'm going to do, I saw this on the top of the deck, so we're going to get to the Ring as well. So I'm going to read from the book because I thought it was so amazing, and I just love the way these messages are articulated. And also it helps me too when I use the book a few times, kind of stays in my memory bank. And then sometimes while I'm channeling, different insights come in, because the Queen can mean a great many things to us, right? Think of the Red Queen in Alice in Wonderland, right? Because when we have a lot of power, it is what we do with it. Are we generous? Are we caring? Are we loving? Do we look after others' welfare in a generous manner or in a dictatorship, right? So in the book, it talks about the Empress, the Mother, the Queen, and the Sovereign. And when in light, it is the embodiment of grace, of courage, of resolve, of stillness. So like her counterpart, the King, the Queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she can fall into the petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. It reminds me of, if you guys ever saw The Tudors, if you remember when Anne Boleyn, just out of jealousy and pettiness and fear of losing King Henry, just became a very strange entity and bitter and sour, as opposed to like perhaps Queen Elizabeth, who in her autonomy and strength governed her country through so much difficulty, so many wars, brought in wonderful discoverers, to go out and seek riches and new lands. So again, this has too, it says, if the king is the ego, then the Queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the Queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and Goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing, right? That's no more reaching and chasing and grasping. Again, it is those sovereigns, like think of Napoleon, that just wanted more and more and more and stretched himself so entirely thin that, he laid waste to his entire armies, that type of thing. The Queen is to settle into deep trust, to resolve and power. The royal Queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. And I love that in the book, because it really says that we all have this. We all can reside in this. When we feel content in our life, when we feel safe, when we feel secure, we act quite differently than from a fearful state, right? Like if we think something's going to be taken from us, whether it is a boyfriend or a girlfriend, in a relationship, property, right? Things of that nature. We act quite differently. So the Queen card reminds us that when we are courageous, when we do have resolve, when we are still and mindful and asking ourselves what is good for the benefit of all, everyone in our family, everyone in our workplace, our community, our friendship circle, we can surprise ourselves with, how wonderful we can really reach in and let go of anything that is like self-righteous, demanding, vain, or wrathful, that sort of thing. Just a beautiful, gracious, soulful reaction to things, a restfulness, a calm of knowing what is ours will never pass us by. It'll always be with us and will show up for us. I just loved that so much. And that brings us to the Vision. I'm dying for the artwork on these two. They are so lovely. Look at that. Oh, the owls and their beautifully clasped hands. I just love it. So in the book, it talks about the dream, the imagined, the revealed is the vision. And when in light, it is potent imagination, it's synchronicities, it's trust. So in the book, it says, it is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny towards which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides, it appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and like preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize, right? We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through new doors and wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. Think of Martin Luther King, everybody that has a vision, especially if it's for wonderful equality and change and all of that, it is very magnetic, right? These types of people emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull. It becomes tiring. It lacks meanings. We want to bring back the mystery and bring back the dreams. And we can do that through our imagination. What do we want? So you could ask yourself today, what is one thing that I'd like to accomplish that I think would feel special, be special, and immerse me in that beautiful world of imagination and little difference? It's like, I know that a lot of times I need solitude to create my next vision of where I want to go and what I want to accomplish in this world. And sometimes we just need to pause and ask ourselves that, like, where can this be? Now, I wanted to do this one as well, just because I've just found it so lovely, and I found the artwork just absolutely amazing too. So the ring talks about the infinite, the wheel, the connection, connectedness, humility, sacred cycles. The ring is an image of connectedness, right? Rather than viewing life as linear, as a series of progressive achievements, the ring challenges to sense the cyclical, like time is cyclical. It comes back in the infinite nature of our world and experiences. Beginnings and endings fall by the wayside as we practice seeing ourselves as part of the cosmic circularity of creation, right? Born and then born again, a different cycle, learning our lessons, karmic lessons. And I just like the idea of circles and cyclicality. I love it. So it's no surprise a ring is worn on the finger to represent eternal love that surpasses space and time and worldly things. So much can be projected onto this archetypal image because it mimics the Earth's orbit around, the great sun and the intimate bond between two loves. It is the micro and the macro united. This card calls us to deepen our connection with self, other, and the world at large. Meanwhile, there may be a literal ring waiting to adorn your finger. Sometimes people that are watching things that are made for the collective, there's a special message in it, especially when we have the vision. Is that something you want for yourself? Are you looking forward to a union? Would you like to be married soon? Would you like a commitment? That type of thing. It's like that also comes into accord. I feel like with all of these combined, and I just love the imagery so much. I feel like if we put all three of these together, we hold ourselves with calm, collected, generous, beautiful energy, and we hold the vision of what we like, that we can bring back around anything that we want, however we want it to occur. I always feel like every single day we're given another chance to start anew, to start afresh. So that is what you're meant to hear today, my beauties. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all your beautiful comments. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll be using this deck throughout the week. I find it wonderful. I love the meanings in the book, really rich and deep. I could almost just kick my patootie for not getting this a long time ago. We make certain assumptions. I was like, oh, that's similar to, and I have two more of her decks as well. I love the Unknown Tarot and the Animal deck as well. So I didn't make the connection, weirdly enough. So I'm very, very excited to have this deck and be able to use it for you guys. So remember, I live my life in a widening circle. That's sort of the ring as well. And that's sort of the vision. As we expand and we learn more and we want to grow, this is where we kind of encompass this. Hey, whatever I need, I can revisit. It will come back to me. Nothing's going to disappear. So that is what you're meant to hear. Have a great day.